Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is handmadeinvermont.com. Today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Arc 8 light pendant. This is going to be the 13, 13, 12. Lots of other arc fixtures in the line, including some great sconces that would go with this. So check those out. They are in our interior sconce section on our website. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself, and that's going to be independent, the fixture body, from the rod that's hanging from. Coming in at 22.2 inches tall and 34.4 inches in diameter. The canopy on this is coming in at 6.5 inches, and we'll talk more about the canopy in a sec. And let's talk about overall height. So you're going to have a system of these interconnected rods that are going to give you a range. So the shortest this can be as standard product is 28.1, and then you can go all the way to 58.1. If you need this to be longer than the long, so you need it to be longer than 58.1, send me an email saying you're looking at the 13, 13, 12. Tell me a number that you're looking at, so 86 or 112 or something like that. I'm going to take your email. It's going to go through Hubbardton Forge's customs department. It's going to come back with an answer, and it takes a little more time, a little more money, but we do customs every day. We do it all the time, so don't be afraid to ask. Not a big deal. Let's get into how this all works. So I want to show you a little bit more detail on this. So let's look at the installations instructions PDF. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. That is going to give you a full parts list. It's going to show you how everything goes together. It's going to show you information about the canopy, how it's going to go on your 4-inch junction box. There's a weight restriction on this, which means that anything over 25 pounds, we have to tell you that the weight of this fixture has to be attached to the structure of your building and not just hanging from a box. So talk to your installer about that and make sure they know that this is coming in at 47.8 pounds. You just have to do a little bit more reinforcing. Not a big deal at all, but it's good for you to know these things. Okay, so and this whole thing about how you put it together is super simple. And in those sheets, you'll see that you put down 2 towels, basically end to end, like 2 fluffy bath towels. You're going to lay out your parts, and what you have are these rods that have threading on both ends, and then there's a little connector in the middle. The little connector has threading as well, right there. So what you're going to do is you're going to basically take the part that has the sockets, you're going to put that in one end, you're going to lay out all the little parts. You've already figured out which pipes you need to get to where you want to go height-wise, and you're going to lay all those parts out, and then you're going to just feed the wires through all the little parts, and when you're done, you're just going to screw them together just like this. It takes just a second. Hold on one sec. Okay, so look at that. And it gives you a nice clean look. There's almost like no seam to see there. On the top of this, the wires are going to be exiting this, which is your canopy. And if you guys have a slope ceiling, a cathedral ceiling, this is slope ceiling adaptable already to 45 degrees. There's a knuckle built up at the top of this that allows you to go just like that. Super, super easy. You're going to be getting 3 of the 12-inch, 1 of the 6, and 1 of the 3-inch pipes. So that kind of tells you about that. Let's touch on glass really quick. You know, you should look at some of the other arc videos I've done, because I actually have a piece of glass in there and I kind of put it up to the camera, so it's a good idea for you to check those out. You can see more detail on that glass. The glass is 10 by 10. It's a beautiful thick piece of handmade glass that Hubbardton Forge sources from the best glass people they can get. This is called slump glass. It actually goes into a kiln and it melts into a form. That's how that glass is made. Really beautiful. Let's talk about what's going on inside of this and what you can use in it. It's going to be using the smaller socket, right? So it's a type B chandelier socket. It's not going to be the big one like that. That's a medium base. It's going to be using the smaller ones. If you guys want to use incandescent bulbs, you're going to be limited to 8 60 watts. It's a ton of light. You don't necessarily have to go there. You can do the LEDs if you want. And remember, you have 8 of these. So you could do like 8 40-watt equivalent LEDs or 8 60-watt equivalent LEDs. These bulbs, and this is the type you should be looking at. It's called a type B, basically. This is a torpedo shape. This is kind of a pretty flame tip, and I think this is kind of nice. This might look nice in there, because you might get a view of the bulb from the side at some point in time. And these generally max out at 60-watt equivalents, okay? And they're easy to get. You can get these at any hardware store. I bet you can find these at your grocery store at this point. And you can get them frosted. You can get them clear. You can get them, like I said, up to a 60-watt equivalent. So it's totally up to you. It's a dimmable fixture. It's really important on this fixture, I think, to get dimmable bulbs so you can really dim it down. And I talk about the color of light all the time coming out of LEDs. 2700 Kelvin, that's a super yellow light. 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 Kelvin. That's a very cold bluish white light, like a hospital waiting room light. And in the middle of all that is 3,000 Kelvin. And 3,000 Kelvin is going to be considered a warm white. That's a lot like, remember the incandescent bulbs we all grew up with? That nice warm glow? That's 3,000 Kelvin. And that's what's coming down on my hands. That's the light coming down from the LEDs above me. So that would be my choice on this fixture. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the handmadeinvermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from handmadeinvermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.